Hello everybody and welcome back to another beer review. Today we got the Vanilla Porter from Breckenridge, Colorado in the Breckenridge Brewery. Let's get this guy opened up and try it out today on Beerlay. Breckenridge Brewery opened its doors in 1990 in Breckenridge, Colorado, as the third craft brewery in the state. Today, there are over 160 breweries in Colorado, just to get some kind of idea of the explosion of the craft brew scene that's gone on in the state over the years. And BB has definitely been an incendiary factor in that growth, as well as becoming the 47th largest craft brewery in the country in 2015, pumping out over 70,000 barrels of beer. Well, that success didn't go unnoticed, and last year, InBev, the world's largest brewer, purchased the Colorado brewery and completely sucking the life out of all that's good in this world. Or did it? InBev is not written anywhere on the bottle, and Breckenridge Brewery President Todd Usry said at the time of the purchase that Breckenridge will continue to make the decisions on what beers are brewed, not InBev. So maybe there is a little bit of hope left in the bottle after all. Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's take a look at this puppy. Nice and black. It is not super dark black. It is definitely very dark, but you are getting a little bit of like ruby red coming through on this thing. It's not super strong. You're getting a little bit of like, you're getting a little bit of maltiness. Let's try this guy out. Whoa. Okay. So, starting right off the bat, this guy is a dessert beer. So what that means is that it tastes freaking delicious. You know that flavor that you get when you like first take a bite into a chocolate bar and then it like just melts? Oh man. That is pretty much what this beer tastes like. Very heavy on the chocolatey. You are definitely tasting the vanilla in it, but especially like the aftertaste, you're getting like a really nice dark chocolate. At the beginning, you're getting a little bit of that vanilla. Not a whole lot of coffee flavors in this thing. It's a very easy beer to drink. It is very delicious. I'll just say that. It is very delicious. If you guys are at all scared of dark beers, this is definitely a good beer to start out on. You guys like sweeter, chocolatier, vanilla. If you guys like ice cream, you guys are gonna like this beer. It's not super creamy. There's not really any head going on in this guy. Very nice beer though. So I know that there's going to be a couple of questions regarding this beer. Mainly, Mike, this dark beer looks a lot like the stouts that I've tried in the past. And logically, some people might be wondering, what is the difference between a porter and a stout? Well, that's a great question, actually, and there's not really an easy answer, so let's talk about it real quickly. First, I'm going to just try... Just, by the way, while I'm explaining all of this, after every single sentence that I say, there's going to be a little bit of asterisks added on the end, because this is all open to interpretation. More on that later. So, stouts and porters. Porters and stouts usually have darker roasted malts in them. That's where you get this more coffee and chocolatey type flavors, as well as this very dark color. Stouts and porters are an ale. They are a warm fermented beer. They originally come from present-day England, London area. So let's go back to the 1800s. So back in the day, these types of dark roasted malt beers were called porters. And then from porters came brown stouts, and pretty much all that stout meant was that the beer was stronger than normal. They would use more malts to make the wort, which would then add more sugars to the beer, and then more sugars could be then consumed by the yeast to produce more alcohol. But stouts weren't just brown stouts either. They also had pale stouts and many other different types of ales that would then just be brewed stronger. Very similar to the Bock beer that I did last review. Stouts were just stronger beers in general. And like I said, then the brown stouts were essentially strong porters. Over the years, however, brewing has kind of evolved and changed, and now porters are just really dark beers and stouts are also just dark beers in general. There's always exceptions to those rules. I mean, Guinness, which is definitely a stout, has like, 4.9% alcohol or something like that. And this has 5.4. So obviously Guinness isn't stronger than this porter right here, even though it's considered a stout, which is supposed to be stronger. They still do make pale stouts. You're probably not going to find a pale porter. Porters really are defined as these really dark beers. Pretty much there's no defined rule to whether it's a porter or a stout. You can name it whatever you want, but porter's usually always dark, whereas stouts can also be technically pale. It's just whatever you want to do. Let's go over some statistics about this beer here. ABV 5.4, IBU 16. Not getting any hops out of this thing. It's very heavily malted beer, and they actually use real vanilla beans in the brewing of this beer. It comes from the Breckenridge brewery located in Breckenridge, Colorado, right in the heart of ski country in Colorado. I've actually been to the Breckenridge ski resort back in 2011. Didn't make it to the brewery because I was not old enough. I was only like 19, 20 years old when I was there, so I couldn't actually drink. We're almost done with this thing, and I have not been sitting here that long, I'll tell you that much. This thing is... Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another Beer review. The Vanilla Porter from Breckenridge Brewery. Definitely can recommend. Leave a comment down in the comments. Let me know, guys, what you guys thought about this review. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos like this. Got a Twitter. I've got an Untapped. Follow me on that stuff. Until the next time, you guys, we'll see you on BLA.